How are you?
There she is!
Ah,
Oh my God!
listen, you are hilarious. Like you are. I keep watching that video that you made. I'm like, who is this lady? You are so much. I loved it so much. But you got to tell me how to pronounce your name.
Von, last name Clay. I just changed it from CLAY to CLA. I just adjusted it just a little bit.
L. Okay.
And you gotta tell
Vaughn.
me how to pronounce yours too.
Ty.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ty. So it's Tysha. I was named after a Tyrone. So
Okay,
I just kind of go by Ty now.
okay, I can get with
Yeah.
it. Ty,
Yeah.
okay. I love your shirt.
Thank you. I said, let me represent today.
Represent because we finna represent in a minute,
Let
okay?
me represent.
We
Yes.
represent you in a minute. So I just want you to know during this interview, I encourage you to eat food if you want to,
Okay.
and chew gum if you want to, and you can drink responsibly if you want
Okay.
to.
Well, alrighty then.
Okay, and if you gotta go to the bathroom, we all grown. Go to the bathroom. Do what you
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
You don't need no hall passes or none of that.
Well, good.
So
Good.
okay, if you're ready to get started, I'm ready to get started.
I am.
I'm talking about time. Okay,
Yeah.
so first question, let's talk about you. I want to know all about this amazing melanated queen and this beauty boss that's in front of me this morning.
Hey.
Tell me about you. Tell me
Yeah.
anything that you want me to know or us to know about you this time.
Yeah, so I'm in Charlotte. I was
Okay.
born in New York City. I was born in the Bronx. I was actually looking that up yesterday. Listen, I don't know. Okay, anyway, that's another story. So I was looking up like my rising sun or whatever they call it in
Right.
astrology. And I was like, dang, they nailed it. But I'm just saying that because I was born in the Bronx, but I was raised in Brooklyn. But I'm like this kind of feisty, adventurous kind of
Okay.
person that just loves life and loves people. I have a heart for people, which led me into counseling. And so I've been a therapist, a mental health therapist for like the last 18 years.
Wow.
And I work with adolescents and young adults who've experienced trauma and dysfunction because that's my backstory.
That is
Um,
amazing.
yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. You ready? Or you got something else you want to tell me?
Something was falling. I'm so
Oh,
something was falling. I'm like, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
uh-uh.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Get distracted.
I grew up in dysfunction, meaning that in my household, what that looked like was that my mom and my dad was like an abusive relationship. I grew up with that. And like my dad was an alcoholic. So I was like, let me figure this man out. Like I just
Right.
wanted to figure like what is all of this? What is
Yes.
all of it? What is
All of
all of it?
it.
And so in the middle of me trying to just figure out life and figure out my growing uphood, my childhood, that
Right.
led me to get a degree in psychology at Western Carolina University. And then I said I wanted to be a psychologist, but I
Okay.
didn't know if I wanted to be a psychologist or go into business. So I did both. I got a minor in business and I majored in psychology. And then I went and got a master's in New York City at Hunter College in
Okay. Good
rehabilitation
one.
counseling.
Okay.
And I have been doing rehabilitation counseling ever since with different populations though. So throughout the years, throughout my last 18 years, I've kind of switched from adults because adults are very stubborn. We're
Right.
fixed in
Yeah.
our ways. We don't want to
Yes.
change.
Fire red. Trust me. I know adults can be stubborn. So I got
Yes. Yes.
you.
So I started working with adults. And then I was like, these people are hard headed. They don't want to change. So then I switched to just kids and I was like, they all right.
Okay. You can
And
still
then
break.
now I work with the kids of adults that have experienced trauma. So I work with like kids whose parents were dysfunctional, kids whose parents were abusive, alcoholics, drug addict,
Oh,
and now they just want to change their life. Like they grew up like me, and we're like, this cannot be my existence. I'm not passing this down to no one else.
right.
So I need to change my life, and so that's what I help people to do. I help people to change their life
That is
in multiple areas, and that's how the Hello Body Journal got started. Me just helping people to try to change their life.
I love it. I love it. I'm so proud of you. Like I am
Yay!
so proud of you.
It's my
You
passion.
don't
It
know.
is my
I
heart.
can
It
tell.
really
I can
is.
tell. I can tell
It is my heart. It's my heart because, you know, when you think about family, like my thing is family culture, like
Right.
family legacy. Like when you think about our families traditionally as African Americans,
Right.
like we started out as kings and queens.
You better,
Like come on, we are
you
kings
better
and
come
queens.
on.
That's in our DNA, right?
Come on, Ty.
Right, come on now. So that's how we started out.
Right.
And so down the line, life happened, society happened, drugs happened,
Yes.
you know, literally to kill us.
Yes.
Literally to kill our legacy.
Right.
And to kind of distort who we are and how we see ourselves. And so I want to get back to us being kings and queens. And that starts with us knowing who we are. That starts with us living out and passing down family traditions and legacy. So that is my jam. My jam is getting people to recognize the king in them, the queen in them, and acting accordingly day by day. That's my jam.
That's a jam, yo. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I could tell your enthusiasm and your motivation and the happiness and the passion that you have for what you do.
It's my
passion. Can tell all over your
It's my passion.
Yeah.
It's my passion.
I had to put my blanket on. It got every woo, you made me happy.
So funny.
Oh, you made me happy. Oh my God. Okay. So you basically answered my next question, which was what or who motivated you to become a licensed mental health counselor? Mm-hmm. So you just gave me that spiel in your journey. This question, what inspired you to write? Hello.
Here you go. Here you go. You are too much. You had me laughing. Don't get me started this morning. You are too much.
Please, you got to tell me this 21 days to Bodacious Body Love.
Yes.
Tell me.
Well, I'm going to give you the tea. So here's the tea.
Let me go.
So the tea, I don't even have no tea. I need to go get me some tea. Some spike tea this morning.
Be ready at all times.
Okay.
Be ready. Come on, tell me about this. Tell me.
Okay. So here's the tea. The tea was, I grew up in trauma. I grew up in dysfunction. Right. And a lot of times in our family environments, we're not really taught to feel our feelings. We're taught to stuff it. We try to, you ever heard of that saying that there's a white elephant or a pink elephant in the living room and like everybody's acting like it's not there?
Yes.
So we just ignore what's there. And that's because of how we're made up to, like our brain experiences trauma. And then we either fight, we run, we freeze, we go in that whole fight, flight, freeze thing. So long story short is that I grew up in dysfunction. I didn't know how to deal with my feelings, my emotions, despite being a therapist. Despite teaching people how to do that themselves, I didn't really see myself as someone that had a hard time with emotions. And I was, because whenever I got overwhelmed, whenever I got stressed, whenever I felt out of control, my go-to was food. Right. Like I would go, like my thing was ice cream. Yeah. When I felt frustrated, I wouldn't buy it. Like when I go grocery shopping, I wouldn't buy it. But if I got stressed out or whatever, I would go to the store on the way home, I could pick up my drugs, some ice cream. Like I'm going to pick up at Walmart, like they my dealer. Walmart's my dealer, Target's my dealer. So my dealer would give me ice cream and cake and cookies. And I was an emotional eater. Mm-hmm. And so emotional eating led me to gain a lot of weight. At my heaviest, I was over 300 pounds. I started my heaviest before I had surgery, and I'll tell you about that. Right. So my heaviest, I was about 304 pounds. And then I lost it because I got really healthy. I did it the right way. I lost all the weight. I kept it off for 4 years, and then my dad died. And I was like, Lord, right? I didn't know how to deal with that because I had so many regrets with my dad. We had just started kind of reconciling our relationship. Yeah. And so it was just like an inopportune time. Like who dies, whenever somebody dies, it's an inopportune time, right? Right. But he passed and I didn't know how to deal with that. And so I remember the day that he passed, you know how they buy food for the family? Yes. Or somebody was like, well, I bought some pizza. Do you want some? And I wasn't hungry, but I was like, sure.
I can eat that.
I can eat that. I was like, why not? Right. And so that why not led me on to this for the next year. I just bawled out. I just stuffed my feelings. I did not deal with my feelings. I just ate every single emotion. And to the point where I went from like 189 pounds at my smallest before surgery to 300, and I stopped getting on the scale at 339 because I was like,
Right, yeah.
I stopped getting on the scale. I was like, no, not gonna happen. And so I decided to have surgery. So because I realized in that moment that, you know what, I am an emotional, like this is mental health. This is like all about mental health.
Right.
And so I said, okay, well, first of all, I'm frustrated. I'm tired of losing and gaining. So let me do something extreme.
Yes.
I didn't need to, but I was like, I'm tired of this.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of it.
Tired of being sick and tired.
Yes. So I did something really, really extreme because in my mind, like my psychology background kicked in. I was like, well, the surgery will help me like behaviorally while I work on the mental health side of it. So I did it. Right. And I did it. And I think I lost within like a year and a half. I got down to like 168 pounds. That was my lowest. And I maintained it. But I didn't maintain it because of the surgery, because despite what people tell you, the surgery is just a tool. It doesn't do all of the work. And so, you ever notice people have the surgery and they regain like within the first year?
Yes.
It's because they didn't do anything but the surgery. The surgery fixes your stomach for a short period of time, for like the first year, 6 months to a year. You get some benefit from the surgery, but then you got to maintain it, boo. And so you got to maintain it. And so you maintain it by doing your mental health work. And so, the surgery helped me, but what has really helped me was getting in touch with my emotions and my feelings, being able to deal with difficult emotions, difficult feelings, difficult thoughts. And that's what has helped me. So here we are. I've lost all the weight.
Yes.
And I still am like, I don't like this body in the mirror.
Yeah,
got loose skin.
Yeah,
I still got my cellulite because I've always, you got cellulite. That's genetic, right?
I mean,
so I've had the cellulite.
I don't want to cellulite. Hey.
Come on. So I was like, I still don't like these dimples. I still don't like it. It kind of got worse because of the surgery. I lift weights, so my body still look kind of good. I mean, just to be honest.
You look good. You look good.
But it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect.
Right.
And when I looked in the mirror, I felt like I needed to be perfect. I felt like I wasn't good enough. My body wasn't good enough. I wanted to have a particular shape. And, and so I was like, you know what, Ty, you are being ridiculous. Like you are really being ridiculous. Like I wanted to do like a bodybuilding competition, and you got to show your body in order to do a body competition. But I was like, let me get some stockings. Maybe if I wear some stockings, some tights under my swimsuit, it'll be okay. And that just helped me to realize that, you know what, you are being ridiculous. You have a body image issue. You are not seeing your body. Your body is enough.
Right.
And so I needed to work through all of that stuff that prevented me from really embracing and celebrating my body as it is. Like, I could have surgery. I could have surgery. I can go get a breast lift, which I probably will one day.
Right, me too, one day.
I can go get a breast lift. I can go get a thigh lift. Like, how much surgery are you going to have?
Right. How much
surgery are you going to have? Or are you just going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you are enough? And so that whole process of trying to figure out, why don't you like the image that you see? That's how God created you. My body has a story. Yes. What is my body's story? My body helped me to birth babies.
Yes.
My toes, and I put this on Facebook, my toes mean I'm a Presley.
That's what?
My little long toe, that little long second toe, that means I'm a Presley. My cellulite and my loose skin, that means my body tried to help me.
It's trying to help.
It was like, look, girl. My body was like, look, we are tired of you.
Listen.
So it tried. My body tried. Yeah. And so my body told a story that I wasn't embracing and didn't even really take time to think about and accept. And so going through that process of just trying to love myself as I am helped me to develop a greater understanding of myself and just accept my body for what it is and as it is. And so that is how I work through my stuff. And one day I'm in this business group. One day, one of my business accountability partners was like, I did this live on Facebook. And she was like, you got me in the mirror. Cause I used to stand in the mirror naked. Be like, girl, you okay? Yeah, you okay? Yeah. And so I would do that. And so that was the advice that I gave to women that struggle with body images. Sometimes stand in the mirror, check yourself out, talk to your body the way that you want. Talk to your cellulite. Cellulite, I love you.
I love it.
I love you, cellulite.
Love it.
So go in the mirror, talk to. And so one day I did that live. That recording, and she looked at it and she said, Ty, you know what? You got me in the mirror talking to myself. I feel so good. You should do something with that. And said, you know what? I am going to do something with it. And I wrote a journal, and that journal is called Hello Body, Do You Hear Me Now?
Do y'all hear me?
Yes, it is 21 days to bodacious body love. And it kind of walks women and girls through the whole process that I went through of trying to uncover the messages that we received as a kid, and how that affects us now. So that's the whole premise of the journal.
Come on, hello, body. Okay, wait a minute. So what is your favorite part of the book and why? And I'm gonna tell you my favorite part.
Okay. So my favorite part is the Fierce Girl Club. Like there's like this day that we work on being just the fierce. So the Fierce Girl Club is you being all of you authentically, loudly, boldly, audaciously, which is where I got bodacious from. You combine bodacious with audacious, like what the heck? And so it's kind of like an act of rebellion because society, like we said, society tries to put these labels and try to define us. But bodacious body love is when you are able to just say, I am myself, hear me roar, right? Yes. And so that is one of my favorite days because I say, I want you to enter yourself into the Fierce Girl Club. In the Fierce Girl Club, you create your own rules. Yes. In the Fierce Girl Club, you get to be who you are loudly. So on that day, you be you. You dress how you want to dress. Like I wear these 5-inch heels, and I feel like I am the bomb. Like
you better come on. You better come on.
So if it is your lipstick, if it is your 5-inch heels, it is your dress that you paid too much money for. Okay. On that particular day, you do it and you rock it. And so I love that day because it's towards the end of the journal, and it's after you kind of work through all that stuff and you're like, you know what? I am the bomb. Let me be fierce. So that is my favorite day in the journal, when you get to allow whatever's on the inside to show up in the world.
Yes. I love in the journals when you have all of the different temperature checks.
Yes. So many people talk about that.
I love the temperature checks, and I love how you allow us to be able to brag on ourselves in the journal. And it's this certain point in the journal because I just can't, I'm not the type of person, I can't just go by day one. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. I was like,
I was following direct. I said, go sequentially. Go day by. No, I'm joking. It helps, but I love it.
I done broke the first rule, and it's like we brag on ourselves. And on the day I saw at one point when you was like, okay, if you're feeling down or if you're feeling, moody and bad, go back to the day that you bragged on yourself. I was like, come on, give me my counseling session. You better give it.
Yeah. We can be our own worst critic, right? Yeah. And we find it so easy to be down on ourselves, but we find I'll ask somebody, well, what are some good things about you? And they're like, I don't know. But people really have a hard time talking about their positives. It is a thing that people have a hard time talking about the positives. And so, I love that you love that because it is so instrumental to being able to celebrate yourself and accept yourself.
Right. I love that. I love hoe. Y'all just got to get one because I love mine. So I also see that you're the proud owner and operator of your own global company, Legacy Empowerment Services. Yes. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We celebrate. Hey. So with that being said, what are your key areas of focus in legacy empowerment services? Like, what is that?
Family legacy. I'm all about family legacy. And so the way that I do that, I say this is, so it was, the company Legacy Empowerment Services was built on this premise. I don't know if you ever heard of the 7th generation principle. It's a Native American principle where they talk about if one person makes responsible decisions in their life, you can create a ripple effect, and whatever you do in your life affects the next 7 generations that come after you, good or bad. So if you make choices that are not responsible, those choices affect the next 7 generations. If you make responsible choices, those choices affect the next 7 generations. So the premise is that, I want to create healthy generations by creating healthy people, by helping to create healthy people. So the people that come to me have experienced trauma, have experienced dysfunction. We first help them to work on themselves. Get yourself together first, put your oxygen mask on first.
Yes.
And then after that, we start talking about how do you show up in the world? So that could be, I work with a lot of parents. So a lot of parenting stuff. I work with a lot of single moms, so a lot of co-parenting stuff. We help them deal with their co-parent and get that relationship okay. And then also with weight loss. So, I talked about weight loss. I talked about my journey. Sometimes we approach weight loss with just going to the gym and just how we eat, which is important. Don't get me wrong. But I also think that it's very important to address your mental health, because your mental health is what helps you to sustain all of it. And if we were to be honest, people that struggle with their weight, they usually are emotional eaters. So we know that it's a mental health issue for the most part. And so if we can deal with the mental health side of it, then the weight loss and the weight goals will kind of come into fruition. So we help with weight loss. I help bariatric patients, because a lot of us think that we had the surgery and then everything goes away. No, it doesn't. So I work with bariatric surgery patients. And then I do a lot of mommy daughter stuff. That's something that I've launched in this last year, which I adore. Yes, honey, yes.
You ain't ready for me, Ty.
Yes. So I just started working with moms and daughters, because I realized, so I started asking myself, well, what are some of the biggest things that can make someone's life better? Or if it were a solid in the beginning, what can make it better? And it's mommy. And I hate to put all the responsibility on mommy, but mommies are a protective factor in the lives of their kids. And so if that mommy-daughter relationship can heal, then that daughter can heal. That daughter will show up differently in her world. Of course, with the dad, but that's somebody else's responsibility. Right. I'm working with moms and daughters. Yes. And so I've helped moms and daughters who have strained relationships get their relationship together and get it back on track so that they can be healthier. Now, there are some times that your mom and your daughter, y'all just need boundaries. Y'all need to just be apart.
Right.
But there are others of us who just need communication, who just need to talk about some things and to create agreements. And I help those moms and daughters to actually discuss and heal and move forward. That's what I do. Amazing. Yeah, and I'm actually in the next year, in the next couple of months, I'll be kind of rolling out some healing circles for other groups, for co-parents and for people that are co-workers. So there'll be a lot of different types of healing circles. So y'all got to go to the website and get subscribed to my list.
Yeah. Look, y'all, come on. We coming up in this circle. We stay in this circle. We finna hold hands up in it too and say some prayers in it.
We need it with moms and daughters.
Yes, for sure. So, describe to me, because I screamed when I saw it, and that's what drew me to your page even more when I saw this. Describe to me how you felt in the moment when you knew you were going to be partnering with Girl Scouts Hornets Nest in Charlotte, North Carolina. You former Girl Scout.
I was a former Girl Scout. And you was a former Girl Scout too?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on now.
Come on.
I love that.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah, I was a Girl Scout when I was a little kid. I was a brownie. I was a junior. I love being a scout. And so I just always wanted to give back. And, the Girl Scouts, they have this whole mental health badge where they actually help their scouts work on their mental health. And so being a therapist, that was attractive to me. I was like, one day I want to do that. And going back to my accountability, you need a business accountability partner if you don't have it, because they will push you and stretch you in ways that you just don't know. And so in my accountability group, we do these shoot your shot challenges, and I had wanted to join forces with the Girl Scouts for a long time. And I said, you know what? I'm going to shoot my shot. And so I shot my shot and they accepted. It cleared the goal. And they was like, we've been waiting on someone, because the person that we had been working with no longer works with us. And for like the last couple of months, I guess they was waiting on me, to be honest with you.
They was waiting on
They was waiting on me, boo.
Waiting. I mean, that happened. Look,
they said that they had been waiting on someone to do body image stuff with the Girl Scouts of Hornet's Nest. And so I was their girl. I reached out. My shot worked.
I'm outside.
And so I now do Hello Body workshop. I do workshops for different organizations, different groups, Hello Body workshops. And so it's not just the Girl Scouts. It's like different church, like everybody's doing Hello Body workshops now. But so I do them with the Girl Scouts. And so I do the healing circles with the Girl Scouts and the Hello Body workshops with the Girl Scouts. And it makes me so happy. And the first one is coming up in like October. I am wearing my Girl Scout uniform because
you better be in full
regalia. My uniform.
You gotta be in full regalia.
I can fit it. Kind of the skirt. I can kind of fit it.
I gotta go find
it kind of the way that it's cut makes me it goes over my little hump.
So. I gotta find me one. I gotta go to Joann's and get some fabric or something, get some staple guns. I'm
gonna remix it something. So I have a daughter. I'm like, do I want to remix this outfit or do I want to give it to her when she becomes a Girl Scout? I'm like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out because I like to pass down things too.
Yeah, of course.
So I can definitely wear the top, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna wear that uniform in some way.
You gonna wear it?
I'm gonna wear it. Yeah.
I want me one again.
Get it, girl.
I don't want them to have to kick me out when I'm trying to get one again. Shoving them brownies. Give me my thing, girl.
That is so funny.
But tell me about one of your greatest achievements that you are proud of.
Yeah. So my greatest achievements is look, I've had co-parents are like my heart.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard. I don't know if you're a co-parent, if you're a mom or not, but if you have parenting is hard in and of itself. But when you add that co-parenting with someone that you used to be in a relationship with, and now you gotta agree on stuff and you gotta actually communicate and talk, they gotta stick around in your life. It adds some spice to your life, right?
Right.
So one of my greatest rewards, I would say, is seeing co-parents come in and they are fighting each other, and then they learn to actually communicate and resolve conflicts. Like that brings me so much joy when a mom can say, I used to hate this. I used to hate him. And I have learned to be okay and to be able to work with him and then they go on and they create healthy legacy for their kids. Like that is my biggest reward when people grow and develop. And so co-parenting, working through co-parenting issues is one of my joys. It really, really is.
Wow. I can imagine you seeing this, like you said, the tension and everything with them, the word exchange, the Barbie.
It's hot. It gets hot. It gets so hot.
From breaking up the WWE and all that stuff into, having tea together.
Having tea together, having family meetings together, which is so important. Having, when you're co-parenting, everyone becomes a team, right? And so being able to, even if your co-parent has moved on and they've remarried or got into another relationship, being able to see like even that family all come together and rally behind their child is beautiful to me. And I think that it is so needed because sometimes we think that co-parenting comes with animosity and it comes with all the craziness, and it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, but it takes a lot of maturity. It really does.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So my next question, as a licensed mental health counselor, as a mom, as an author, and as a businesswoman, let me tell you, okay, I'm giving you all your hats today. You finna get all of it.
That is so funny to me.
So with all of those different titles, how do you motivate yourself and staying focused and grounded in all of these areas?
Keeping really solid people in my world, because my family, my friends, they don't care about none of that. They be like, can I talk to Ty Presley? I don't want to talk to the counselor.
Yes.
I don't want to talk to the counselor. I don't want to talk to her. I want to talk to Ty.
You want to talk to Ty.
And that is how, yes. And my kids, they don't care about none of that. They just know I am mommy. Fix me something to eat.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's all they know. That's all they care about. I mean, they know, you know, my son has Googled me and he'd be like, Ma, I saw you got a book. Ma, I saw you da-da-da-da-da. Yes, son. And so, but at the end of the day, all he cares about is, am I showing up in his world in the way that he needs me? Yeah, that's what he cares about. Like all that other stuff is cool, but that's what he really needs. Do I come to his school and get on his nerves? Yes, I do. Yep. And he loves it. And he just won't tell me. That's what I choose. That's what I choose to believe.
He loves it. I loved it when I was little, even though I tried to hide it.
Exactly.
And deep down, we love it.
Exactly.
Checked up on. Mm-hmm. So what advice would you give to a young Black girl that is struggling within herself and within her own body and her skin?
Yeah. So to me, Von, it starts with your identity. It all starts with who are you? And that would be the biggest question that you can ask yourself. Well, who am I? Not what I do, not who I'm associated with, not my failures. Sometimes we can operate out of our failures, our identity. You know, we identify with the failures, but who am I to my core, my existence? And am who I am showing up in the world in the way that I want it to show up? And if you find that the answer to that is no, then you can sit down and you can identify, well, who exactly am I and how do I make her show up in the world? You can do that. And you can do that by asking people, who do you think I am? And taking it, because people see how you show up and you can ask them those questions. If you, especially if you're really, really young, you can ask your parents because they love you a lot. And you just sit down with yourself and ask yourself, is this who I feel called to be? And I think we grow in identity. I think our identity changes sometimes, you know, in different seasons in our life. Or I don't want to say our identity changes, but I think that what we identify the most with in different seasons changes. I think who we are at our core is the same, it's constant, but we identify more with certain parts of ourselves. And so just sitting down with yourself or your loved ones, your friends, and just kind of going over who are you? And if who you are, or if how you are is not reflecting who you are, you can change that for yourself with intention.
Oh, wait, that answer that you just gave me. Oh my God, listen to that. That's what I'm talking about. You won't get that from nobody else but Ty. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. You won't get it from nobody. Listen to how you orchestrated that. I got to use my words this morning. I got to use my words. So my last question for you is, what is the best way for individuals to get in contact with you concerning your book or other information that you provided thus far in this interview? Drop them social media things, Miss Ty. You're gonna drop them down for us and let them know. Because you know, I be stalking you. So.
Oh, no, you do not.
Yes,
I am. You are funny. So it is my website is www.rehabilitateyourlife.com, and everything is on there. And I have we all have these link trees now. So I have a link tree. My link tree is Legacy Empowerment Services. And the link tree is special because there are some events that I have coming up that, I have, you talk about girls. I have this Girls Who Brunch. They have a tour, Girls Who Brunch. I'll be doing a Hello Body workshop for them. There is a lot of different events that are coming up that people might be interested in. So I would probably go to the link tree. So the link tree is Legacy Empowerment Services, and it has links to the events that are coming up. But if you want the book, I have to do the t-shirts now. If you want a t-shirt, I Am Enough t-shirt, or I Am My Own Body Goals, I Am My Own Beauty Stand. I have like a line of t-shirts. If you want a t-shirt, I would go to the website, and on the supports tab will list all those links to get those things. And that's www.rehabilitateyourlife.com. And if you just want to follow me on social media, if you want the body image stuff, it is Bodacious Body Love on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want some therapy stuff, you want some therapy in your life, it is at Rehabilitate Your Life. And that's where you can find me.
Baby, you should have seen me when it said 21 days to bodacious. I started rapping it and I was like, oh.
Every time I watch that video, I crack up laughing. I was like, she is a mess in a good way. I love it.
And I love your personality, your vibe, your aura. I love it all. I appreciate you so much. If you have anything else to add you can do that right now if you want to. Anything else you want to put out?
You know, and I want to just make this clear because people ask, well, should I have surgery? Should I, I am not against surgery. Right. What I am pro know yourself. Okay. No, I am pro know yourself, know your why. So if you choose to have surgery, choose not to have surgery, that's your business, like Tabitha says. Yeah. That's your business, boo. I'm just saying, know your why. Know why you're doing it and be happy with your why. That's all I'm saying.
That's amazing. And you know what? And now when I think about it, when you say that, that's why Dr. Now on My 600-Pound Life, that's why he pushes them into therapy so much and asks, have you been going to your sessions? Have you been making your sessions? So the mental health aspect of it all is so utterly important, even more than the physical part. Now I see what you're saying, Ty.
I'm telling you, because it all starts within. Even like when we have like sicknesses like cancer and and all of that starts within. A lot of times cancer is because you ain't let some stuff go. Because you're not forgiving people, because you're holding on to a grudge. And so it develops into other things. Like I've started doing like investing in my body, like doing body work, like massages and chiropractic and all that stuff. And, I have like holistic practitioners. And one of the things that they do is that when they are like releasing different knots and stuff in my body, they release me in a affirmation, like, forgive this, I forgive whoever. They lead me in that. Because it shows up in your body. What you do mentally, emotionally shows up in you spiritually. It has an effect on your body. Even our emotions, we carry our emotions in our body. The energy, like when you feel mad, don't you feel that in your body? Some people don't. And some people have to learn and reconnect their body, reconnect to their body. So they don't realize that when I feel an emotion, it shows up in my body. When I feel anger, I feel it in my body. Like I feel the energy of it. My hands might get tight. All of that. When I feel anxious, I get stuff happening in my tummy. That's the energy of the emotion. And so if we can learn that there is a mind-body connection, God made us beautifully. He thought through everything. We are 3-part beings. I've been saying that a lot lately. I don't know why I've been on this kind of, I guess, what do you call it? Like a soapbox. I've been on that. We are a 3-part being soapbox for like since May. It started in May, but letting people remember that we are 3-part beings. We are bodies. We have a body. In our body lives our soul and our spirit, but they all operate together. So when one is off, we're all off. Our whole being is off. And so why not? In our soul is our emotions, our mind, our will, all that stuff. So if you don't take care of your emotions, your entire being is off. It's all connected. And so, what you said was right. What you said was right, that the mental health component is everything. It is not everything, but it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. I'm getting off my soapbox before you get me there. No. Preaching on this.
I love Tuesday your soapbox. I love it. You stay on it because you brought it here, and I needed to know, and we all needed to know, especially as like a Black community. We really need to know.
Yes.
I appreciate this so much.
Yeah.
It really woke me up now.
It's early for you. It's so much early.
But that's all right though, because we ain't worried about that because you got me scared. I ain't even need no additives. I don't take anybody just put that out there. But I didn't need nothing. Oh my God, I've enjoyed you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
And likewise, thank you so much for having me.
I just want you to know that it is your day. And thank you. Hey, bro, what interview? Y'all know gonna let y'all eat, drink responsibly, and be a whole vibe within yourself.
Whole vibe. Hey.
We're doing it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy and I'm so thankful. And I've enjoyed you so much. Peace and blessings and happiness.
Thank you.
And we will be talking again soon. And thank you again. Can't thank you enough for your time.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, honey.
All right.
Bye-bye.